I'm moving from building to building. Add on, pace, keep building. My mental division mandates multiplication. My understanding is worth millions. I push math like I was due long extended vacations. Godly between good and evil. No one shall guard me. I'm faced with mad evil people. Intent well past $50. Cash like black history. Empty the museums where the remainder of the black family be. African treasury. No man-made mystery. Martians. Thoughts outside the truth. Peace. $50. Peace. Since my youth. Peace. What it is, you already know. Listen, I'm getting ready to get back to the M50 medallion. You know what I'm saying? Remember I had the M50 medallion? You know what I mean? It was swinging like I was pushing the M50 medallion. I'm getting ready to get it back because, you know what I mean? I felt the need for it. At first I did, not at first, but you know what I mean? Some time ago I didn't feel the need for it no more. You know what I'm saying? Because it was just racing. You know what I mean? It wasn't really, catching or riding the wave. Now that it's time to ride the wave, I depend on the M50. You know what I mean? I'm going to get the M50 back. You know what I mean? I'm not there right now, so you know what I mean? I just got to do my trajectory. You know what I mean? Pace. $50. Yo, listen. Trump is going through some challenging times right now. I know he's not the president. I know he's not the best president. But yo, listen. Before they fake me out, you know what I'm saying? Check this out. Check out my understanding. Check out my understanding of what transpired some time ago during the pandemic extremes initiated. China, had some problems with the pandemic and landed here in America. So the times got challenging, death rate increased, so on and so forth. Election time presented itself, and Hillary was winning the election. It was an uncertain time because it was the same time Tim Kaine and them was doing that injection thing to me, and I wasn't agreeing with it. And I went to court, and they told me I had to get the medication from the traffic stop. You know what I mean? I had to follow the program. You know what I mean? So I was forced with some type of coerced, practice that's in place in this locality. So now that I have the option to express to you, what the difference is, because you see the content of my information. My content is crazy. So listen, pandemic hit, election time. Trump won the election. Everybody was bugging like he won the election. Everybody was thinking Hillary was going to win it. But Tim Kaine and them was doing all this. And I was like, yo, how you going to pull me over in traffic and do this? You know what I mean? I was screaming during the election. So, you know what I mean? Nobody knew where all that was going. But when it got down to it, when they counted the votes, straight, uncut, raw votes. You know what I mean? Not no manipulated votes like they were saying. Straight, uncut, raw. Because I was on Facebook screaming. I was on Facebook like, yo, there's no way you can let him be the president, the vice president, when he's doing this right here. Look at what they doing. You know what I mean? Scaring people with the needle and all that. They was doing crazy things with the medication practice. So listen, that's one thing. So for Trump to go through winning the election fair and square, and then some challenging time with the pandemic, and then, because remember, it was the work was going good, everybody was getting good jobs and, doing their thing, buying cars, houses, and it was going a certain way. And then the pandemic hit, everybody had to go in the house and stop working and everything, you know what I mean? It got kind of crazy. So listen, right when it got kind of crazy, they started looting the stores and protesting. They wasn't trying to have him as president. He lost the election for real. All that was going on. So then after that happened, they started looting the stores, stealing T-shirts. I was like, you gonna steal T-shirts off the election? You know what I mean? Listen, I was bugging because the pandemic was still present and spring break was still in the same vicinity as the election and and you know, and COVID-19. Everything was in the same thing. Spring break, the election, COVID-19. Everything was in the same neighborhood in the vicinity. So listen, when they did that, they looted the stores. Then they woke up and did the same thing. They woke up, then they started knocking over the monuments saying how he wasn't the president. He stole the votes and all that. It was fair and square. So listen, as the situation transpired into a more challenging situation as time went on, you know, he's not the president. We don't like Trump. We hate Trump. We're gonna kill people. We're gonna shoot the police. We're gonna overthrow the government because we don't like Trump. Now listen, when the thing with the Capitol building and all that showed up, the Trump protesters that were doing that wasn't at the Capitol building. They didn't follow protocol of due process and First Amendment of the United States Constitution, freedom of expression, going to the Capitol and protesting. They went and looted stores. They went and knocked over monuments. They killed people. They did things that was out of order. Now, when the pro-Trump rallies were presenting themselves, they would go to the Capitol building. They would have banners and say, you know, Trump is our president. They would be pro-Trump. They wouldn't be violent and looting stores and burning down buildings, and they wasn't doing all that. So when you lose sight of what was actually going on and what transpired at the Capitol building, they trying to put him in a situation like everything is his fault. How's everything his fault? She lost the election. Hillary lost the election. They protested. They started being violent, killing people and all that. Pandemic hit. They was dying from the pandemic, going through jail and dying in jail. All that was going on. Trump didn't do nothing the whole time. Everything was pro-Trump. He was going to the flood sites where it had rained in Louisiana. I believe it was Louisiana. He went to the wildfire sites. You know, he was building a wall. He was doing things consistent with, you know, the running of America. And they was doing all this, you know, protesting and burning down buildings and federal government property, destroying property, doing all that. That wasn't consistent with the First Amendment of the United States Constitution. Click on the link. Donate. You know what I mean? Donate to my efforts to prevent the spread of COVID-19. Peace. $1.50.